What we have found is an in-ground DIY irrigation kit. What's great about this thing, it's only $200 for the full kit. What? Because we run into this issue too.
Don't you hate it when you go to mow and you have a hose that's in your way and then you have to move all your hoses in order for you to mow your yard?
Don't you hate it when you come home from a long day of work and you're having to constantly move your sprinklers every 30 to 40 minutes just to make sure your lawn stays green? Home Depot, Lowe's, you can find them there. It's Orbit Blu-Lock system. We just installed it here at Braddah Derrik's house. We can't even begin to explain how awesome this system is, and it's in the ground.
I'm jealous, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this to my yard for sure when we renovate this fall. But for everything that we put into this one, we got some B-Hyve timers, and we talk about it when we unbox everything, what you kind of want to get in addition to this system. In the ground system, automated, no have to move the kind, sprinklers when you mow. I mean, come on now. Say you get the sprinkler heads in the ground. You start testing them out, you're using them, and you just don't like the way they're spraying. You can just cut around, dig out that one sprinkler head and remove it and replace a new one that you like. You may need to get an adapter fitting, but this system is completely customizable. I highly recommend you checking this out. Link in the description of where to find it on Amazon. It's amazing. We're not sponsored by any means by Orbit or anything. We have just tried this system out and so far we're super happy with it. Okay fam, this is it. In the ground DIY irrigation system. This is gonna be super exciting. What's great is about this system right here, all the couplings, elbows, tees, adapters that you need for 2 zones. And it came with a cutter and a pressure gauge to test out your water pressure. $200 for a DIY system. Now I've added in an extra hose. This was about 15 bucks at Home Depot, just in case we need more hose for the timers, irrigation control valve, little boxes here. So the hose will come through. I got to drill a hole through the top. Timers will be in here in the ground throughout the property. That way they're out of the elements, protected. So we got 3 of those, 4 zones, but 3 timers. We got a dual timer and 2 single timers. Everything here under 500 bucks. But this is it. We're excited. Hope you guys are. We'll start laying some things in place. We'll put this one here and the zones will come out of that like that. Okay, so there's that one. They say to like let these hoses sit in the sun to soften up a little bit because they do get kind of hard. The kit says you can put like, depends on your water pressure, but you can put like up to 6 sprinklers on 1 zone. Noah is on his way, coming home from work. I think he might have a little surprise for us too. All right, so this will cuts like butter. We'll come in this way. We'll discharge here, connect this one here. Just push it all the way in.
Just clamps?
Yeah, I think it's not gonna come out.
Wow,
yeah.
That's not coming out.
That ain't coming out, yeah. Oh, perfect. That's gonna go there. This is gonna go in the ground, and then this one snaps in.
So that's 1 zone right there?
Yeah, we'll put that.
So I'll do the fan. Yep, dude, I'm excited, man. Barbecue's about to be real nice.
Okay, so there's 1 zone.
Bam, okay.
So these 2, it's this zone right here. Another zone going. Yeah, right here, it's the best, yeah. Tell me how easy that is. Let the people know how easy that is. You just give it a nice cut.
Yep.
Which cutter works great.
Oh, she's in.
You feel how like the thing just...
Yeah, I feel like I kind of clamp in. Yep. That's not coming out either.
Get that guy in there.
Easy money.
You want to connect that one too?
Yeah.
Sick. Right on, right on, right on.
So both ends are gonna connect to that one hub that goes right here.
Right.
And that's
so
the dual hub.
That's the dual hub. Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Well, final grade is probably gonna be yay high. We're going to this first brick.
Okay.
That way it's nice and flat.
Okay.
So we just need to go down like only a couple inches.
That's not bad.
Because at final grade, if you're like aerating,
yeah.
you don't want it to puncture.
You want to puncture, yeah.
The aerations are usually like maybe 4 inches.
Okay.
Anywhere from 3 to 4 inches.
3 to 4, okay.
Depending on where you get the machine.
I like it, man. I'm digging it so far.
Let's go do the next zone in the front. Let's show you how to do one of the zones up close now. So first, put some Teflon tape on the threads and you put the T-joint. Reason why it's T-joint, the hose is gonna go from the timer into here and go out to the next sprinkler. On the last sprinkler, it's gonna come in, go out with a little bit of hose, then it's gonna go a coupling, and then this like discharge is gonna go into there at the very end. That way, when the sprinklers are done, they can leak out. Like a 15 by 20, so we're looking at probably about 300 square feet. We got 2 sprinklers to cover 300 square feet. Kind of show you a little bit. We're gonna be pulling in water from back there. So it's gonna come from the spigot down there. It's gonna run alongside the house above ground with a regular garden hose. We'll drill a small little hole in the corner of the fence where it'll go alongside the house. We'll dig a hole, set the box in the ground, the garden hose will go through the top into the timer, the Orbit B-Hyve timer. From there, the timers will spit out into those Blu-Lock hoses underground. Everything out after that is gonna be underground. And then it's gonna go to the sprinkler heads. So the box is gonna be over there, and then the zones are gonna be over here.
Yep.
Nice and easy, provided Orbit pipe cutter, snip. All right, this thing is cool, the shark bite. All you have to do, just put it in the hole, give it a good push, and that thing ain't coming out. All natural.
All natural. All natural, baby.
Exactly. So we got one right here. We're gonna take out these hedges. It's gonna cover the corner and get about half of this area in the front. Our other one is gonna be right here. Put it in this corner. It's gonna shoot from the sidewalk and the rest of the driveway. So we'll be able to cover the rest of the zone here with just these two sprinklers. Noah's sister, Kai, hooked it up with some Bam Musubis.
Musubi.
Heck yeah, bro. Cheers. Digging up them holes. Trench it now and get it kind of set. Then we can, because we need to hook up the water. That way we can test it.
Yeah.
These are the timers that you're gonna wanna get in comparison to the ones that come with the kit, because these you can control on the app, which is the nice part about these ones. If you hook them up with the hub, so this one came with a hub, that one plugs into the wall and connects to your Wi-Fi. This timer connects to the hub via Bluetooth, and Derrik can be at work, he sees it's raining, then he can turn off his sprinklers or modify them however he needs from a remote area. Little update, we have the trench dug out. Now we're trying to get the sprinklers in the right spot so we can test them out, make sure that the coverage is okay before we start burying the hoses. So when we do test this thing out, we're good to go. And then we just gotta rinse and repeat for the other zones. So this sprinkler right here, we put that 90-degree on, that way the hose can come in, swivel back around into the trench. It's sitting about 2 inches, a little higher than the concrete. This is a little high too, so I'm thinking we rip this out back to here where it's a little bit better. So we'll chunk out this little corner right here of sod, taper this down a little bit, dig down a little bit deeper, maybe about 2 inches, like I said, right here, so that this, when he mows, he's not chopping off the top of his irrigation system. Don't need that. There we go. That's what we kind of want to see. Just gotta open up the hole a little bit better, but you want that to be the same level so that way the mower doesn't chop it up. If we look down a little bit, you can see the trench. There's some high spots in the grass. It's in the grass. Whenever we think about putting irrigation or anything in the grass, you want to be at a certain height. That way, if you go and aerate down the road, you don't want those aeration plugs to puncture your irrigation. And typically, aeration plugs are like about 4 inches. So if you stay at about 6 inches, you should be okay, because that's the last thing you want is you're going boom, 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 pop. And then now you have to repair, dig it all up. What if you got a nice lawn by then? Let's double check and make sure we're at about 6 inches for that irrigation line, just to prepare ourselves for the future. Sitting at about 5-6 inches right now. If you ever dig to cover your butt, call 811. 811 will come out and locate all your lines for you. Gas lines, power lines, water lines. They'll come out and locate all those lines for you. They'll mark them out for you, so you know just to be careful when you dig in certain areas. If you start pulling out like trencher and you got the rental equipment, you're doing some big work, definitely call before you dig, because a machine like that can just cut right through a line, a power line or something, can cause some major problems for you. So if you're just using hand tools, I would still recommend you call before you dig. 811. For these corners here, like where I'm showing right now, where the hose is, it flexes, but you know, I don't want it to kink in this little 90-degree area right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right here, add a 90-degree, it can come in, hit the 90, and then be right in that corner where we need it to go. So this one's gonna come in, hit this corner, cut right there, put this 90-degree in, push in until it sinks. Like it wants to stop right there, right? But you gotta keep pushing until it goes in. You hear it's kind of locked. This, we're just gonna plop it. It's gonna kind of turn like that, and we're gonna get as close as we can to the edge. Now, I need to check the level. Oh, I'd say 1.5 inches high. Let's go down a little bit more. Open it up here at the side a little bit. It's gonna sit like that. Ew. Yeah, that's good. It's gonna be sick.
There you go. Plenty. All right, so for this, right, I dug this enough. This is where he's gonna be putting his mower. Derrick's gonna be sitting his mower right on top of this. I want it to be flush with this guy. We stuck our little level here, hit the grade, right? It's matching with this existing concrete as well. This one we don't really gotta worry too much. He's not gonna be mowing over here anyway, but just for aesthetic reasons, making sure that it's level with the rest of the yard too. But when you're going really deep on this side, you wanna kind of dig it up a little bit so it doesn't kink. I kind of dug out the edges a little more so it's not such a hard bend on either side. We have one sprinkler head going there. It's gonna lead all the way through. Dug a small little trench here. There's number 2. And then it's going to the irrigation valve cover right here, which we also made grade.
There it is, boys.
See everybody tomorrow. Very nice.
Great success.
Okay, now we'll use a sandy loam to backfill. We'll rake up, clean up all the rocks from our trenching. We have to connect the timers, test the sprinklers, make sure they're spraying the way we want them to be, and that's it for irrigation. Ooh, almost there. All right, this system is amazing. I love this irrigation system so far. Test it out, it's doing great. Braddah Derrik will just have to adjust as he goes. It might, swivel a little bit more, but he knows how to adjust it super easy. Just need a flathead screwdriver. A couple things that were tough and some things to look out for and prepare for really is trenching. I think that was the hardest part.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of manual labor, but if you get the right tools with it, you can see that we started one direction of doing it and then we kind of found something that actually worked for us.
The tool that we picked up that, like Noah was saying, that really was a game changer is an edging tool. And basically what we were able to do is cut the grass in a little trench, probably about 6 inches, cut the grass, the sod, and then kind of pop it up with a pick. And it gave us a beautiful trench to lay the pipe down. Especially in this area, we are in the Cascade foothills. The soil in the ground is super rocky. I mean, we're finding stones every 4 or 5 inches that are as big as my fist, you know what I mean? It just took a lot of labor. I'm not sure if a trencher, I've never tried in soil like this,
right,
would even cut through the rocks and stuff. I don't know how that works, but if you're in the valley, you got kind of a clay soil, sandy soil, something that doesn't have a lot of rocks, I would recommend, if you were to do a lawn this big or even bigger, maybe renting a tool, especially if you're working by yourself. I would recommend renting a small little trencher. Make your life easy. Things will go a lot quicker. As far as the system itself is concerned, the Blu-Lock adapters, the Blu-Lock couplings, everything that pushes together, like has that shark bite connection, is incredibly easy to put together. No tools really needed. They provide you with the cutter. Everything is just pushed together and it's good. I would recommend you get some Teflon tape or some plumber's tape just to make sure your plastic connections are good, your threaded connections. But other than that, I mean, the system is pretty complete, especially if you only have like 2 zones. This is more than enough than what you need. We bought an extra 50 feet worth of Blu-Lock hose. We didn't even need that. In fact, we used a 50 footer and a 75 footer, and we're still left with another 75 feet worth of hose. Just goes to show for this yard, which is about 1,500 square feet, we only used about 125 feet of hose.
The kit comes with 8 sprinkler heads, but we didn't even use all of them. So we do have extra left over, which is a good thing, because if something happens to one of them, all you gotta do is unscrew it, pop in the new one.
This is a complete system, and we're super excited to have installed one for ourselves. I'm definitely gonna install one myself at my house. What about you?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a system that we're going to be inputting into the program here. If people ask, we're going to try to recommend this. It's like I said, it's super affordable, basically comparable prices as an above ground. It is more man hours, you know, it's more digging, it's more in the ground, you know, labor.
And in the long run, it's a lot more convenient for the homeowner as well, right? Because I'm definitely going to be like, yeah, easy. That's a no-brainer for me to have something aesthetically pleasing too.
Yes.
It's hidden, it's not out. You don't have all these hoses and exposed.
Like what Noah said earlier at the start of the video, when it comes to mowing, this is going to be a breeze for Braddah Derrik, and for all the future lawns that we do, this is going to make life a lot easier in the long run. That being said, mahalos for tuning in.
Don't forget to spread some aloha. See you next time.
All right.